Good morning, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be a live trade video where I try to capture some of my trades as they play out live. I want to get something updated here, and really the reason why I want to get this video going, looking like there's be some good opportunity out there, but 12, 15, interesting pullback point here in pre-market for a long trade. So what I'm doing here is just, like I said, getting my thoughts documented, and also if you're curious how the private community that works, or how the private community that I offer works, then you can see that right there. Just type that up. And these are live, meaning, well, as I stumble over my words, very clearly this is not some sort of scripted thing. So when I say live, I just mean that I am seeing the information for the very first time, and I'm recording myself seeing this information for the very first time. In other words, this is not a situation where everything's already been recorded, and then I come back and talk about it. This is real, as real as it gets. And like I mentioned earlier, if you're looking for some well-scripted, professionally edited video, this is not going to be it, but I got to get this order down here. 12.15 buy. So if you're not familiar with my screen, down here in this white section, you can see that I'm looking to buy PECK 500 shares at 12.15. So got a bit of a ways to go, but this one can be a very fast mover. But that's what's going on. Now, again, I don't know if this will ever, I don't know if a trade's going to take place because this is truly live. So I'm not playing stupid like I know some people do. They record everything and then they come back and do a voiceover. And some don't even tell you it's a voiceover. They just try to play like they don't know what's going to happen. But they do because it's already all been recorded. But in this situation, I don't know if 12.15 is going to get hit or not. I have no idea. But that is what I'm currently looking at right now. Market still doesn't open up for about 30 minutes, but maybe a pre-market trade plays out here. So I'll keep a close eye on it. And if it looks like 12.15 is going to come into play, then I'll get the video rolling. I do like 1360 for an upsided scalp point here. Wow, that fast turned back around. But there's a relatively big spread. So watching 1360 for potentially a scalp to the upside. Now, it's pulled back here, never quite got back down to where I was looking for it to. I mean, it could still pull back again, but right now definitely showing some strength. So just looking for, not looking for any sort of home run by any stretch. But we'll see if it can get up to 1360. And if it looks like that level is going to be broken down through, I'll get the video rolling and potentially take a long-sided trade as a breakout instead of trying to buy a pullback. All right, getting up there, in at 1360. Let's see if we can get a move to the upside. Well, that fast, and it did not fill me. There we go. Out there for the quick $75. Thought I was going to get out in the 1380s. I'll have to scroll back, but when I put in 1375, I thought I'd get filled up in the 1380s, but apparently not. And there we go. Nice. I realized, Clay, why'd you sell so soon? Well, because I didn't have hindsight in my favor. And if I did my job right, tried to very clearly explain that was strictly just a scalp that I was looking for the whole time. And a scalp is what keeps it as a high probability trade. So $75, yes, I realize I could have had a lot more. But remember, the bigger the home run trade you go for, the less and less likelihood you are putting the probabilities against you. Whereas if you're just looking for the quick scalp, again, nothing's ever guaranteed, but you can arrange the probabilities in your favor. And that's what I was looking for right there. So yes, in hindsight, I chose the wrong strategy. I should not have done a scalp. I should have done a different strategy. But again, that's why we're all fantastic traders in our hindsight accounts. But like I said, pre-market, just wanted to take a quick little move there, put myself in the green technically before the market even opens. And yeah, now I'm up $75 and the price is, so I'm almost wondering. So there's the pre-market chart here. I could see maybe 1275 if it wants to pull back, but I think if it comes back down to 1275, I mean, that would be implying this whole thing's a failed bounce, which would put it at pretty sketchy territory. So I take that back. Even if it were to come down to 1275, I would not be interested in that area. Still might be interested though in the 12s though. So I'll keep an eye on it. But overall, $75 up for the day. Really wish I could short this right now. And yep, there it goes. But there are no shares to short on this one. But yeah, if I could have shorted, that would have been a fantastic setup to short. So I'll just kind of mentally paper trade it. Granted, it's already essentially worked out nicely. So it's really just a question of how nice could it have potentially worked out. But yeah, I think this thing has a great chance of at least going down to the 1275 mark. Now, whether or not it breaks down through 1275, I don't know about that. But the other thing, just talking out loud, might maybe be able to trade this, but this thing has a track record of getting halted. This is a very fast mover, and there are no halts in pre-market, which is another reason why I wanted to take it, because I didn't have to have any worries about it being halted. But once the market officially opens at 9:30 a.m., I think this thing has a high, did I mention high likelihood of being halted? So, and am I saying it's right or wrong to trade stocks? In some cases, yes, it's blatantly right or wrong, because some stocks just become flat out gambles. But as far as this one, I really got to ask myself the question, would I be okay getting stuck in a halt? And maybe if it's the first halt of the day, try to get in the direction of the halt. But like I said, I don't know how I feel about that. Plus, there's some other good opportunities out there. But that's definitely me kind of talking out loud right now. And considerations that you need to make too is, if you believe a stock has a high chance of being halted, I mean, do you really want to be stuck in a halt? Some people have no problem with it. Other people, like myself, not quite sure. But that's where my mind is at right now. But market officially opens up here in about 25 minutes. Well, a little update here. It did go down to actually 1275 and below, but so I was right. Wish I could have shorted there, although I will fully admit that it did take longer than what I had thought it would. So I was right and I was wrong. Right that it did ultimately want to pull back some more, but wrong that it took a little bit while longer. But the reason why I did this scalp was this reasoning right here. I didn't want to risk this. Risk what? Well, check that out. There's people buying the breakout of that high right there, right? You see how the price spiked up to that area? There are people that bought that. And those people that chose to not scalp it, now those people that chose to scalp it, there's enough wiggle room. There's plenty of wiggle room in that move right there to make money if you chose to scalp. But the people that did not choose to scalp, well, where are they at right now? They have had this thing roll all the way back over on them. So that is why I chose to scalp when I did. Of course, in my situation, it kept on moving upwards and I looked kind of silly. But what I was wanting to avoid was this situation right here. So, I mean, those people that did not scalp on that and then wanted to hold for a bigger move, well, they're looking silly right now. And that just shows the challenge of trading. Every situation is different. Every situation can be approached in a different way. And sometimes you choose the right method. Sometimes you choose the wrong method. So in this situation, I chose the wrong method. I should not have scalped. But had I done it again, choosing a scalp would have definitely been the right method, or else I would have been trapped in this, big old downwards pullback right there. So a little example there of why I did what I did. That's what I was trying to avoid. I wasn't quite sure if that was going to be a true breakout to the upside or maybe just a temporary little snap. And I'm very glad I didn't try to take that one all of a sudden for a longer trade, because then that would have been a bad situation. But nice little real-time educational example there. Market opens up here in about 5 minutes. All right, market opens up here in, let's see, 30 seconds. And I will be watching DKNG out of the opening gates. Very big bear bias here. So we'll probably be looking too short. If you're a beginner, what do I mean by short? That means making money when prices go down. So yes, believe it or not, for you beginners, people that are just getting started, you can make money when prices go down of a stock, and that is known as shorting, being short, any variations of that word. So it has nothing to do with how long I hold the stock. It has to do with the ability to be able to make money if prices go down. So that's what I'll be looking to do here, because I think DKNG here is going to want to drop. So let's just see how this first minute opens up. And again, this candle we're watching here is just representing the first minute, of the day. There is a lot of Kool-Aid out there on this one. So I could see a break of 53 creating a pop to the upside. Problem is, I don't know if I trust that analysis of my own or not, because there is a lot of downwards pressure. But I could definitely see a break of 53 creating, like I said, a scalpable opportunity to the upside. But right now, just letting things play out here. Well, getting up to 53. Let's see if I would have been right or wrong there. So it got through. And yeah, glad I didn't really take it, because that was pretty weak. There we go. Okay. Good. I want to see some strength here. Let's see this continue to move upwards. No, I don't want to see it just drop right on this next candle. That's nothing I can work with there. But maybe if it can stay above 53, that could be an opportunity. Let's see this thing get at least up here to around 53.50. Oh, wow. That was a crazy wick. That was basically a fat finger trade right there. What's going on with Peck? Wow, not halted. I thought for sure that thing would have been halted. But maybe the halt is coming, or I should say halted by now. But yeah, all over the place right now. Oh wow, Tesla, nice move here. All right, well, I am going to go ahead. Yep, here's probably coming. We're now looking like it's got a chance at a halt here, but just a crazy, crazy opening period. Let's go back to DKNG, though. Let's see how this one's taking shape. Yeah, I suppose 53 is that level. There we go. I like this move here. Okay, I'm going to get that alerted here. So DKNG flush point 1 minute at 53. Good. Yeah, would like to see this candle bounce up some more and then come back down. Good. Now let's see it come back down after this movement. But to be fair, maybe this is actually a legitimately strong move. That's always a possibility. So I'm going to keep a close eye on that. But yeah, as of right now, DKNG showing some strength. Okay, maybe a sooner spot now up around 53.50 if this thing wants to keep on moving. If this thing can get up closer to 54, I'm going to update it in the room here. So edit, update, 53.50 flush point. In at 53.50. Let's see if we can get some movement to the downside here. Well, it started to. Now it's back up here a little bit, but let's see if we can get some more follow through to the downside. I mean, a very nice little setup here. But it's got to pull back some more than what it has. There we go. Ooh, 53.40 does not want to give itself up. I'll give it one more chance to get down through there. But as of right now, it's not looking like it wants to play ball. See what I mean? Watching those level twos. 53.40, that area does not want to give itself up. There we go. Can we get a bigger? No, look at that. Right back. So taking some out of the position there. Still have 200 left. In the event I'm wrong, and this thing does ultimately want to roll back over, I'm still going to be able to make some money on it. But that's just not at all what I was looking for. So if this thing goes up over the 53.85 mark, I'm just going to use a mental stop and get out. But as of right now, a lot of strength in this thing. Like I said, I hope I'm wrong. And if I am wrong and this thing wants to roll back over, I still have a position. But it could still be a losing trade. But the losing trade at this point, well, there we go. Kind of. Again, 53.40. What I'm watching is this number right here. 53.40 just doesn't really want to go away. See how fast it got right? See? Look at that. It does not want to give itself up. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully this thing wants to all of a sudden cruise to the downside. But right now, that area is oh so stubborn. Maybe finally a break here. Nope, not really. That fast, right back to 53.40s. You got to think that if that 53, let's call it 53.30 can actually fail, then this thing could make a nice move to the downside. But I think that's a pretty big if at this point, if that level can fail. Have you ever had one of those situations where you hope you're wrong? And I hope I'm wrong here. I hope this thing doesn't want to bounce. Let's see. Can it get, there we go. Does not want to push down through that. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. Took out another 100 at 52.81. So now just 100 shares left. And in hindsight, good old hindsight, but I played that one perfectly well. I was wrong, but I was at least self-aware enough to know that I could have been wrong. So I kept some shares just in case. And what are these lows? Yeah, we'll see if it can get down here and revisit this area down here or not. But at this point, it's going to be a winning trade, just kind of a matter of how big of a winning trade will it be. It may be a modest trade here, just because if this thing decides it wants to bounce back in my face, well, then that's not going to help me out at all. But curious to see if this thing wants to make another push down to the 52.85-ish mark and potentially get down through there. But I'm going to do this. I'm going to take another 50 out there. And then I'm just going to go watch some other stocks right now because with 50 shares left, I still have, like I said, a position here. But it's not, even if this thing were to just all of a sudden skyrocket to the upside with 50 shares, that's not going to cost me anything. So I'm going to go ahead and look around and see what else is out there. Actually, Boeing looks pretty good. What's going on? Oh, yeah. Let's see. 163.50. Got to get that alerted. 1 minute. So for those of you members out there that took that DKNG trade, congratulations. Well done on that. What I'll do is put a stop over, so just so I don't even have to worry about it. 53.65. Buy. There we go. So if it goes up to 53.65, I will be all out. But yeah, let's see if this thing wants to break down to the downside and give me some more. But like I said, stop is in. So for those of you maybe not familiar with my screen, the way that works is if I get stopped out, that will change from white to green. So just as an FYI on that. But all right, well, I'm going to go ahead and pause now. I'm going to look around, see if I can find any other opportunities. And I will keep you updated. All right, looking like I might be getting stopped out here. Big bounce out of nowhere. Again, if it hits 53.65, I will be out. But yeah, look at this big old bounce here. Maybe it'll get rejected back down. But that's the current status. I'll try to keep it. We'll see. What is it going to do? Can 53.50 hold? Uh-oh, that's been broken. Well, in all actuality, I may be looking to add back into the position if this thing comes back down to that $53 area, because that would be this would be a massive failed bounce here. But that assumes that it actually fails. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pause. All right, I'm going to get stopped out here, I think. Got up close. Didn't quite hit me, though. How high did that go? Went up as high as 53.63. So I was within oh, there we go. All stopped out there. So $84 on the trade. I'll take it. I'm happy with that, especially when you factor in that, we're 11 minutes in and, my total trade time there, especially given this trade right here was a good 5-second trade in pre-market. Again, how do I know it was a 5-second trade? Well, again, for those of you not familiar, you can see right there the times. And got in at 9:01:05, out at 9:01:10. So literally a 5-second trade there for that $75. And then this trade, took a while for quote unquote only 84. But well, what is that? 53.65. I like this again. As another short. In at 53.67. I love that candle right there. Let's see if this thing wants to roll back over here. There we go, starting to move to the downside. Beautiful, beautiful candle. Now it's just a question of can that candle get follow through to the downside, or did I just get suckered in? Either way, love that setup. I will take that setup every single time. So much so that I'm going to add if this thing gets up over here. I don't believe this move is real at all. Sorry, I'm just not convinced. If this thing starts to show any bit of weakness to the downside, I'm going to add. I may even look to add up over 54, but this is just a beautiful setup here. Let's see if this thing wants to pull back here. Well, try to add some at 53.85 and missed it. So that's disappointing. But yeah, 53.60, that's definitely the stubborn area here on this one. Comes back down to that area, that would be, again, another implied failed bounce, which would be a sign of weakness here. So 53.80. See if this thing wants to come down through that level again, to, like I said, to which I would like to add. Or is this thing just going to bounce? That's really the question. A little bit of a bounce there. So watching 54, break of that, I'm going to add. But like I said, got to see it show me some weakness first. In at 54.01, so now I have 1,000 shares at 53. 53.84. Going to try to take out 500 at 53.75. Let's see it pull down to that area. Like I said, I'm just not convinced. There's just too much bearish stuff going on right now. I mean, another great candle here. It just takes a little bit of a nudge and should get going back in my favor. I think that nudge is going to be, can it break down through the 53.90 mark? That seems to be the stubborn level right now. So a break below 53.90, I like the chances that it can get going back in my direction, which again, because I'm short, I want to see go down. So there's 53.90. Can it? There's the break. And there I'm out there for my 500. Well, that was very weak. So still have 200, same exact rationale. If I'm wrong, then I just want to get out, and I'm going to stop out over 54. So mental stop. If it breaks above 54, I got to get out with these final 200. But again, I could be wrong. Maybe this thing wants to roll over, and I would love to be wrong here again. But that was the move I was looking for, and it didn't quite get the follow through that I wanted to see it get. All right, I got to stop talking, watching. When I'm using a mental stop, you got to be laser focused. Again, if it goes over 54, I need to be out. So just watching like a hawk. So these final 200 shares will be a loss of on the shares. These final 200, if I get stopped out here, I will be technically losing money on those shares. Okay, watching closely. Closely. Ow! Whoops. Did not mean to hit the button there. I just took myself out right a penny beforehand. Please just break out so I don't look like a total moron. No. Oh, you stupid finger. Well, I'll let it play out here. Please just break above it, please. For the YouTube trolls, don't give them ammunition. Please break above 54. I'm begging. Just break above 54. Oh no, it's still not breaking above 54. This is not good. Well, let's see. Overall, I think I lost $4 on that trade. I can't remember what I was at previously, but big picture wise, I think I lost $4. And I also think I'm going to be done with this one. Not just getting very choppy here all of a sudden. I got the move that I wanted, kind of. So I was right in my thinking of, yeah, I don't believe that move right there. I was right, but I was wrong in the sense of that pullback was just a very weak pullback. It did not at all, move down. Not that I was looking for it to crash, but at least get down to the 5350s minimum. And it just did not want to do that. And now you look at these range here, such a tight little small range. Please break above 54. I don't want to look that stupid. It was like see right there, notice where I had my stop, above 54. And where's this price been struggling? Right at 54. Pretty crazy, huh? Well, I'm going to go ahead and pause, and I'll keep you updated if that other PEC just resumed. So PEC did finally get halted, huh? Let's see. Ugh. I could see a break over 12, but I don't know. This almost feels just like flat out gambling at this point, which is jumpy as this thing is. So I'm going to have to pass on that one. But I got about 11 minutes left before I want to be done on the morning. For those of you that are maybe new to the channel, been really focusing on being done within 30 minutes and just taking what the market gives me. Because, hey, 30 minutes, even if I close where I am right now at $162, I'm not sure many other places in the world where you can make $162, especially when things don't really behave the way you want them to. Like I said, DKNG, just both trades were just not that great. But yet I still made money on them, just not as much money as what I wanted to make had they actually behaved the way I thought they could. But I thought wrong, right? And I was wrong about those. But that's a cool thing. When you still have a strategy, you can think wrong, but still actually walk away with profitable trades. Maybe not as big as you thought they could have been, but still profitable. So, all right, we got about 10 minutes left. I'll go ahead and pause. And I officially look like a moron. I didn't want to give you this update, but it never broke above 50. At least I don't think it did. High 54. High, 54. And then there's the move. So I totally should still have 200 shares right now, but like I said, my muscle, I suppose, I think I was so focused that I was too focused, and the muscle in my finger spasmed. So I guess that would be a downside of using a mental stop. You say, Clay, maybe you should use mental stops. And yeah, sometimes mental stops are the way to go, but in that situation, literally like the muscle clenched up in my finger just for that split second because I was so focused. And because I thought I was going to break, whoops, and then got out at 53.99, and now there is a move in my favor. So that was totally, that's funny. In a sick and twisted kind of way, that I'm kind of glad that happened, just to show you the bizarre things that can happen as a trader. But yeah, YouTube trolls, have at it, because that is embarrassing, and I have no defense about it. All right, I'm probably going to be there we go, 4 in at 420. Looking for a break to the downside here. So if I'm wrong on this one, I'm going to be up on the day right around $50. But if I'm right, I ideally can make more than $50. But that is the current status of this right now. This will be my last trade. And like I said, I think this thing has a chance to pull back some more. And if it does, fantastic. If not, then like I said, I'll be down, or I'll be up right around $50 on the day. Because there's always slippage. Let's see if we can get this down through 419.50. I was very worried about that level, and so far it's exactly where the price is being annoying at. Let's see if it can go back down there and retest it. Again, would like to see it down below 419.50 before I think about taking in any profits. At least. So if I can capture more of it down below 419.50, that'd be fantastic. There we go. There we go. So took some out there, 50 shares. Trying for another 25 down there at 419. which I may have missed that opportunity. Let's see, though, if it can revisit back down to that area. In fact, I'll see now that it's bounced. If it goes back down there, that'd be a failed bounce. So I think I could get maybe a little bit more out of it. So let's see if this thing can actually break down through 419 at this point. There we go. Well, that was short-lived. There we go. So it took out another 25 at 419. So again, this is officially a winning trade. And if this thing can pull back just a tad bit more, because it is 10:01. I'd like to see this thing try to get down. Well, maybe that's going to be the bounce area. All right, all out there for, what was that, an $82 trade. So there we go. It is 10:01 a.m. I am up $245, and I'm not a greedy savage. I'm not sure of many places in the world where you can make $245 in 30 minutes. Now, yes, Clay, you were trading pre-market. That's true, but again, that trade was 10 seconds long. So, all right, let's just, you know what, let's go extreme. Let's call it 1 hour, even though I wasn't trading for anywhere close to 1 hour. $245 in 1 hour. Not many in the places, and not many places in the world where you get those sort of returns. But that's all I have this minute, wow, this video is over 30 minutes long. But I guess I basically took you on my entire 30-minute journey, which again, for those of you maybe new to the channel, that's what I've been really focusing on the past few months, is working my strategy down to being done after 30 minutes, just because at this point in my life, I have 4 young kids. I'm picking up other hobbies. Just like I said, picked up a bow, getting into archery. I just want to go out there. I trade for the freedom. I don't trade for the mansions. I don't trade for the Rolex watches. I trade just because I want freedom of time. And when you can be done with your day after only 30 minutes, hey, I like that freedom of time. So that is why, yeah, I could keep trading. I could keep trying to make more money, but I don't know. At some point, the money just doesn't matter. And I want the time. And maybe it's because I'm getting older and older, in my mid-30s now. I'm realizing that, but that's just where I'm at in life, and that's why I'm behaving in the form of wanting to be done after right around 30 minutes every day. But if you do enjoy these live trade videos, a couple of things real quickly. First off, like I said, if you're still watching, thank you very much. That means a lot that you're willing to invest that much of your time to seeing all this. But a few things: hit that like button if you enjoy these live trade videos. Questions, comments, suggestions, leave those down below. I read all comments and we'll reply to them. And then finally, check out the channel as a whole. Lots and lots of other live trade videos and a good variety of other educational videos. So check out the channel and hopefully you decide to hit that red subscribe button, as I'd love to have you as a subscriber to the channel. But thanks for hanging out, and enjoy the rest of your days. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up, as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.